Hi folks, Kevin here. Today I wanted to share with you my thoughts on the shelving units that I purchased over the last few years that I use inside to start growing our seedlings. So I start them in seed flats. I've started them in seed flats as I've gone over in the past, and but I'm using these portable wire shelving units that you can pick up at Lowe's, Home Depot, and Costco. I think they may all be manufactured by the same company. I don't know. They're all NSF certified for storing dry goods. The ones at Home Depot and Lowe's come as 5 shelf units, and I think they're rated for 300 pounds per shelf. So that seems pretty good, especially if you're going to do seed starting. The difficult thing is that they can rust, whether you get the black ones, like the one directly behind me here, or you get the chrome ones there. I wish there were galvanized ones, or stainless steel, or aluminum ones. Those would be the ones that I would use. However, I'm sure that the cost would be pretty darn high. The ones at Lowe's and Home Depot go about $59.97, $60 for a 5 shelf unit. They're a pretty good choice for storage of materials and all, whether it's canned goods, all sorts of materials in a storage setting. They aren't nearly as good as the units that I get from Costco. Now the ones that I get from Costco are a 6 shelf unit. They're commercial grade, which is much heavier gauge metal, and they're constructed in a way with a center truss. And what I'm going to do now is just turn the camera well, let me say this other thing. The ones at Home Depot and Lowe's do not come with wheels. So let's say they cost $60, you spend another $20 for the wheel set that makes them portable. And in my application it works extremely well, having them so I can move them around. And that brings it up to $70 for those units. So I'm sorry, $80, 60 plus the 20. The ones at Costco, they cost $89.97, I think is what it is. But they come with wheels. They're a 6 shelf unit. They're much heavier duty. The box weighs almost twice as much as the boxes for the Home Depot and Lowe's. And the ones at Home Depot and Lowe's are just about 1.5 inches taller than the ones from Costco with the wheel units on them attached. I don't like the extra height because I like being able to roll them out through the French doors and outside into an area where I can start to harden them off as well. And I would say that the ones from Home Depot and Lowe's don't seem to have as good a coating, the chrome or the black coating. They seem to rust more easily. And the ones that I've got here have got some rust on them. And the only reason that they have the rust on them is because of spillage when I've done watering and trying different mechanisms for watering all the seed flats over the last couple of years. So those are some of the pluses and minuses. I'm sticking with the Costco ones. We picked up 2 of the units today, and I'll show you an up-close comparison of a shelf unit of it, and show you the unit assembled as well. I've got one down at the other end. So I'm going to grab the camera for a second and show you where we're at. Right now I'm shooting down the end wall of one of the shelving units and shooting down the path. I'm not sure just how well this is showing up, but I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit. And one of the things I want you to notice is that in the center of the trays, now I have them oriented so that they're longer going from side to side on your screen. And I don't know if you can appreciate it, but let me see if I can get my hand up into place. From here, it dips down in the center of the shelving unit, and it goes back up there, which really doesn't allow for good equal watering distribution on the flats. Really, there should be a nice board put on top of each one of these shelves so that I can maintain a nice water level. The edges of the seed flats start to dry out before the central parts do. So that's one of the reasons why I don't care for this particular type of seed rack. And what I'm going to do now is go down below here and show you the bottom of this seed rack. And you can see that well, let me show you here. I'll show you the top of the lower one. You can see that the spacing between each one of these, where's my hand? There it is. Between each one of these support bars is about an inch apart, and they just aren't supported very well by the cross members going across from side to side. There's 5, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of those besides what's on the very end. Now I'm going to walk over and show you a comparison of the other units. Alright, so I've got both of these shelving units sitting side by side. They're the exact same dimensions, and the one on the left is from Costco. The one on the right is either from Home Depot or Lowe's. The wire gauge that's used to construct these is slightly heavier on the one on the left, and most importantly, there's a truss that goes down the center that really supports the whole center part of the entire shelf, and that really adds a tremendous amount of structural integrity. Now this shelf, the one from Costco, is rated at, I believe, at 800 pounds per shelf, and the one from Home Depot or Lowe's here is rated at 300 pounds per shelf. However, it tends to curve in the center, and therefore not providing a completely level base of the seed flats. And let me go around to these. I don't know, maybe you can see some of the rust that has shown up on these ones. And I'm going to go down to the end. So now I'm comparing both of these units side by side. The one on the right hand side of the screen is the one from either Home Depot or Lowe's, and as you can see on the underside of that, there is no extra truss. On the one I'm just putting together, there's a nice large truss going there. There are many more cross members going across from side to side as opposed to over here, and they tend to belly down in the center on this one. So otherwise, they're the same diameter posts. The wheels are somewhat comparable, but also notice the height difference between the two. The one on your left slides in and out of the doors and goes out into the outdoor area much more easily. So here's the box that the ones from Costco come in, and again, these ones are rated at 800 pounds per shelf. These end up being $90 per unit. There's 6 shelves. I only use 4 of the shelves so that I have adjustable LED lights above them. But I just wanted to share this video. I really like being able to use, let me just turn around here. I really like being able to use vertical stacking things in a vertical orientation inside, since I have limited space to do all the growing that I want to do. And again, I can use these adjustable LED lamps to start the seeds inside. It isn't the most ideal situation growing inside of a place like this, because it's more challenging, because watering them, I've got to water each flat individually because I don't want them leaking onto the floor, so I can't just take a hose and just hose them all down. And I don't know how easy this is to see, but as you look down this length, there's no bowing. The water level in the base of these racks, if I put an empty rack here and fill it up with water, it's level all the way across, which is really important. The edges don't tend to dry out, and the centers don't tend to get too wet as a result of the conformation, the changing in the conformation as the weight is distributed on the shelves. Okay, I wanted to try and show you a side-by-side comparison of the amount of deflection by putting some weight in the center of the unit. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm going to move this to the next unit. Now we'll go down to the one that's I'm really pushing down on this one. Just much sturdier, the one from Costco. Oh, white lightning, please. Okay, well, I hope that was somewhat helpful going through my selection of these shelving units that you can pick up at Home Depot, Lowe's, or Costco. I certainly, this is not the ideal situation. This is what I'm doing because we're working inside of the building here. Certainly, I'll be constructing some heated, large, 4x8 or 4x16 seed starting units once the greenhouse is set, something that I can easily water as well. However, I just wanted to share this video with you, and certainly there are many YouTube videos out there on constructing PVC seed starting racks and stands, and certainly 2x2, 2x4, 1x3. There's even a couple of good using pallets to do it as well. For me, I really like having using the vertical units. I like them being heavy duty so that they maintain a nice level area for the water, so the water doesn't just pool towards the center. I like being able to use the seed flats so that they go perpendicular to the lengthwise. So in other words, I can get 4 seed flats per shelf. So therefore I can get 16 seed flats with 72 cells in each one of these racks. I like only using 4 shells per unit. If I could buy more of these poles, I would buy them because I always have a couple of extra shelving units, and I'll use those in other projects as I have in the other greenhouse. So there are many ways of using different systems, but I wanted to share my 2 cents in case somebody saw that I'm using these racks and wanted to make a little bit more of an investment, 10 bucks more. That's if you would want them to be on rollers. It's so much easier, especially once they get really heavy with water, to easily move them around, get behind them, clean, get to the other side of it, do whatever you have to do. So I hope this was helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you think this was useful. Share it with your friends and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I appreciate all the viewers, and I appreciate your comments as well. Thanks so much, and have a great day. Bye-bye now.